All right, here we go again with another video. All right, I believe this is it 40? I think this is my 40th video. I still got 60 videos to go. 60 videos to go. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to make it. And the reason why I say that is because how long it took me to do the 40. So if I estimate the time correctly, I'm probably not going to be able to do it. However, I did take a nap. So I probably can do it if I don't go to sleep, honestly. If I'm consistent and keep doing it back to back, it's a possibility. It's a possibility. So I'm also running out of ideas. I'm gonna say a lie. The tired I get, it makes it a little more harder to find some videos that I have not went over yet. I don't want to constantly do the same thing over and over again, like conspiracy theories or ghosts and stuff like that, and gaming videos. I don't want to constantly do it over and over again. Try to branch out and find different types of videos. And so now staying at, I found this one, and these are about bizarre traditions. Okay, these I think the most 15. I think it's 15 bizarre traditions. All right, so let's go ahead and pull it up. You know the routine here. Gotta see everything set up.
Cheese rolling in England. A bizarre sight to come across while visiting Cooper Hill, near Gloucester, England, is their annual race of man versus cheese. The highly celebrated tradition that was started in the 1800s continues today, despite getting cancelled for a year in 2009 amongst safety concerns. For the cherished festival, racers chase an 8-pound piece of cheese down a steep 200-yard hill at high speeds. Although the cheese always crosses the finish line first, the winner is considered to be the very first person to cross the finish line. What does the winner receive for their victory? The cheese, of course. Number 14. Spain's baby jumping. Instead of being shocked and appalled at the idea of someone attempting to jump over their baby, families in Spain flock to Castillo de Muerza to have a stranger do just that. The baby jumping festival, known as El Colacho, is a highly celebrated tradition that has occurred annually since the 1620s. The babies are dressed in swaddle clothes and laid on the ground side by side in 2 rows. A grown man dressed as a devil then jumps over the rows of infants, hoping not to accidentally kick or land on them. The ritual is said to cleanse the babies of all evil doings. Number 13. Bullet ant gloves. Very likely.
What? That's a ritual? Okay, so let me understand this. You have a grown-ass man. I have to pause it so I talk about this. So you have a grown-ass man who dressed as a devil, and he would jump over these babies. He would jump over these babies. And so it's a ritual to get rid of evil spirits. But he dressed as a devil himself. Let's just continue.
The most painful initiation into manhood that exists is the Satari Maui tribe's bullet ant gloves. The Amazon tribe requires their boys to endure a swarm of bullet ants before they can be considered a man. Bullet ants are known to have the most painful sting in existence, a sting which is said to equal the pain of being shot by a bullet. For the ritual, tribe elders sedate the ants and place them in a glove with the stingers pointed inward. As the drugs wear off, the ants become more and more agitated, and the boy must put the glove on for no shorter than 10 minutes. When their hand is removed, the excruciating pain from the venom renders it paralyzed and continues for over 24 hours. The boy must undergo this process as many times as it takes for him to do it without shedding a single tear, which can sometimes take up to 20 attempts. Number 12. Matrimonial bathroom ban. A wedding tradition that might make a couple less enthusiastic about their nuptials is Tidong's bathroom ban. This tradition prohibits the bride and groom from using the bathroom for 3 days and 3 nights following their wedding ceremony. The Tidong people believe that failing to carry out this bathroom restriction would bring the couple bad luck, such as infidelity or the death of their children. To ensure the couple's strict compliance to this ban, the newlyweds are watched closely by several people and allowed very little food or drink. When the 3 days are over, the couple is bathed and then allowed to return to normal life. Number 11. Morning of Muharram. One stomach-churning tradition is the Shia Muslims' disturbing practice of ritual self-harm. On the 10th day of the Islamic month of Muharram, aka the month of mourning, the Shia Muslims mourn the death of the Prophet Muhammad's grandson, Imam Hussein. What's so disturbing about that? Well, their choosing method of mourning is brutal self-flagellation, which they have carried out for over 1,300 years. Even women and children participate in the self-torture. The methods of self-punishment vary from flagellating themselves, walking over burning coals, chaining themselves, or cutting the skin on their foreheads and backs. Number 10. Sifudu. The African people of Umtata have a shocking way of introducing a new baby to the outside world. Sometime between the young age of 3 to 14 days old, the newborn is subjected to the frightful ceremony called Sifudu, meaning passing the child through smoke. A fire is lit through the Sidufu tree leaves, known for their extremely pungent aroma and smoke that is particularly irritating to the mouth, nose, and eyes. The poor infant is held down over the smoke and then turned around several times before being handed over to its mother, who then passes the baby under her legs. The Umtala people believe the ritual guarantees the baby will grow up to never be frightened, timid, shy, or the target of ridicule. Number 9. Sati widow burning. Our tradition so horrific it's technically no longer legal, but tragically still occurs today, is the Hindu practice of sati in India. Sati is a ritual that involves a recently widowed woman committing suicide, either voluntarily or by force. The most common method for carrying out sati entails the woman burning to death on her husband's funeral. Number 8. Scottish blackening of the bride and groom. Scotland has a quirky tradition for, shall we say, hazing a couple into married life. The night before their wedding, the groom, and in some areas the bride too, are kidnapped, bound, and blackened with feathers, soot, and flour. The soon-to-be newlyweds are then boisterously paraded around their village with the aim of embarrassing them as much as possible. Number 7. Jator in Tibet. One way to save the cost of cremation or burial for a deceased loved one is the Tibetan practice of Jator, or sky burial. As the Buddhists believe in a cycle of rebirth, they consider the body of a deceased to be nothing more than an empty vessel and therefore feel no need to preserve it. Instead, they take the body to high grounds where it is cut into pieces and spread out for the animals, preferably birds of prey, to dispose of. Number 6. China's crying bride. While weddings are typically considered a happy occasion, the Chinese tradition of Zhu Tang would certainly give an outsider the impression of an unhappy bride. The ritual involves the bride crying in sorrow for about a month before her wedding as well as during the ceremony. The bride completes the first 10 days of her sorrowful tears on her own, at which time she is joined by her mother. After another 10 days, the two are then joined by her grandmother, as well as any sisters and aunts that she has. This unusual matrimonial custom is one that all Tuja brides must observe in order to avoid disapproval and ridicule from villagers. Number 5. Tree marrying wives of India. India's cultural belief in the importance of astrological signs, and thus astrological compatibility in a marriage, led to and sustained a rather unusual matrimonial pairing. The Hindu belief that any woman born with the Mangali sign is cursed, and that the curse will cause the woman's husband to die at a young age. According to Hindu tradition, this curse can be broken if the woman first marries a tree and then has the tree destroyed. Although this tree marrying custom has been made illegal in India, it is still practiced today by some faithful Hindus. Number 4. Yanomami burial ritual. The Yanomami tribes of Brazil and Venezuela have an unusual, if not vomiting-inducing way of ensuring peace for their souls of the deceased loved ones. The body of the deceased is first cremated and then mixed into a soup, which the surviving tribe members will then eat. The Yanomami believe that by eating the dead, their souls
They're talking about cannibalism, right? That's a cannibalism? Yeah. Yeah, cannibalism. Yeah. I can't even respond to it. It's so crazy.
will find peace in their loved ones' bodies. Number 3. Baby tossing. In India, to most people, the idea of a baby taking a 50-foot fall is horrifying. But in certain Indian villages, throwing babies off a temple roof is a celebrated annual tradition. The shocking tradition has been carried out for nearly 700 years and continues today, despite it being banned. The terrified infants are dropped by priests and caught in nothing more than sheets that are held by waiting community members. Once caught, the baby is then passed around in celebration by the attendees before before finally being returned to their mothers. The ritual is believed to bring the child good luck. Number 2. Toraja funeral. The funeral practices of the Torajan people found in a remote area of Indonesia are as elaborate, expensive, and well attended as that of a North American wedding. Prior to these elaborate events, families often live with the corpse of their loved ones for months or even years as they save up for the series of ceremonies and wait for a time when all family members can return home to attend. During this time of living with their embalmed loved one, the deceased is not thought of as dead, but rather sick, and as such they are talked to, cared for, and even fed in the same way they would have been while living. Even after burial, the body is brought out of its tomb every few years to be washed, changed into fresh clothes, and groomed. Number 1. Denai tribe finger cutting. An isolated yet sizable tribe of an estimated 250,000 in Indonesia, the Denai tribe have maintained a traditional existence, traditions that the outside world would find more than a little unsettling. One such tradition is the mourning practices of the tribeswomen. To display their grief at the loss of a loved one, the women cut off their fingers and bury the severed part with the deceased. The will partake in this practice, even if they are eventually unable to use their hands for their daily function.
Subscribe for more videos.
Married like 8 times? That's all. That's with all her fingers are gone? She got married like 8 times? She had no fingers. Her fingers were gone. Yeah. Couldn't do it. Yeah, that's me. I couldn't do it. I'm talking about all of it. All of it. Yeah, I couldn't do it. I think the only one that actually... no, I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Only one I probably would do, that I think is passive, and very slim chance I would do it, is that one where... Excuse me, I forgot which one it is, but is the one with the couple, or they are basically covered with like flour and feathers and stuff, and they basically are, you know, being humiliated in front of everybody together. You know, so that's probably the only one. I think it's a reason why to that, though, from a psychological standpoint of it. But overall, yeah, they're all pretty much crazy. They're all pretty much crazy. I think it's yeah. It's time to evolve into something else. It's time, you know, to do something else, because that was... Alright, that's the end of this video. I'm just going to end this video so we can continue to go on to the next one. Don't forget to like this video. You can go ahead and comment to it as well. You can subscribe to it. I think people don't like me talking. I don't know. People don't like me. But, oh, whatever. Just don't stop right here.